Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on strategies to create a mobile-first peer-to-peer campaign. I'm so excited to be with you, and I will be just giving some time for our friends to join us. So I will pull up our slides and we'll get started shortly. Hi, everyone. I'm back with strategies to create mobile-first peer-to-peer campaigns. I'm so excited to have you with us. My name is Jenna. I am an account executive at CauseVox, and we run webinars every week just so that we can give you the best and top-rated fundraising education so that you are better equipped to convert more donors with your fundraising. So for today, we're again going to be discussing strategies for mobile first campaigns. I would love to invite you to welcome everyone. We'll open the chat, and we would love to just hear from you if you'd like to chat in your name and where you're from, and maybe something you're looking forward to this week. I know it's only Tuesday, so we have a lot to look forward to in our whole week. And a little bit of housekeeping. This webinar is being recorded, so you will get the slides and the recording after today's webinar, so no need to take tons and tons of notes. And if you have any questions throughout today's webinar, you can chat me in the Q&A or the regular chat, either one. Feel free to send your questions. Hi, Aurora, from the Washington School for Girls in Washington, D.C. Welcome. It's great to have you here. And hello to Carrie, Frederick Children's Chorus in Maryland. Hello, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here on this summer Tuesday, summer in July Tuesday. I don't know, it's super hot in New York. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but hopefully you guys can all get out there and enjoy the nice weather, and hopefully stay cool too. So I will go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Jenna Nota Francesco. I'm account executive at CauseVox. And CauseVox, if you're new to CauseVox, we help to mobilize peer-to-peer fundraising, especially with our mobile optimized forms and pages. So we offer best-in-class donation forms and mobile payments and campaign sites and ticketing, peer-to-peer, all in one. It's all wrapped in one. You just need one platform for all your fundraising. We also provide hands-on support and onboarding. So we provide one-on-one support to all of our users with real people, not just robots. So we're happy to assist with your fundraising and your strategy. And then we also offer top-rated fundraising education in the form of guides, templates, webinars, and courses. So webinars like this one. So we're so happy to be able to service you all. And then again, a little bit about CauseVox. We tidy up all of your fundraising so you can run donation forms and landing pages, as well as pledges, crowdfunding, event ticketing, and peer-to-peer fundraising. Hi, Tim. I'm so excited you could be with us today, and I'm happy to share about peer-to-peer mobile optimization today as well. Again, you can modernize your donations on CauseVox, so you can see we just give an easier donation process to users. So basically, especially giving them multiple mobile wallets, that really helps the conversion rate as well. And you can offer one-time recurring and pledges, as well as get your auto receipting taken care of. You can write them up to tax deductible standards and brand everything to your organization. So if you're interested, you can check out more about CauseVox and all of our products. You can schedule a demo, pre-recorded demo, or a live demo with me, so we can talk more specifically about how CauseVox can help your organization achieve your fundraising goals this year. You can also sign up and subscribe to our blog where we send out free fundraising resources every week. So for today's agenda, we are going to talk about the significance of mobile optimization and how to apply a mobile first strategy to your campaigns, basically just some tips on what mobile first means. And then I can show you some of our existing campaign examples that are also mobile optimized. I'm on a desktop, so the view is a desktop view, but all of our forms and campaign sites are mobile optimized. So we will, I'll just show you how that works as well. So we will get started here. All right. The significance of mobile optimization. In short, mobile optimization drives higher engagement and conversions in fundraising campaigns. So we're going to talk about basically the components of making your campaigns mobile optimized. And then you can ask yourself, is it worth the investment in shifting to a more mobile first strategy? Or, if you don't already have a mobile first platform, is that something that you want to invest in? 60% of online traffic comes from mobile devices. I don't know about you, but I am searching for everything on my phone. I'm buying everything on my phone. So if you are somebody who is constantly doing transactions on your phone, just type in the chat, me. I am always on my phone doing everything. It's just fast and simple for me, especially if like my Wi-Fi for some reason isn't working on my computer. So yes, me, Lolita and Aurora, thank you for joining me in this phone craze, right? So here are some strategies for making your campaigns mobile first. You want to find a platform that gives you a responsive design. I don't know if you know what that means, but basically it's the shifting of the desktop display and making it uniform down a mobile device. So usually like for CauseVox, the components of the site become stacked, right? So the design adapts the site to the different screen sizes. So on CauseVox, we have the desktop view, the tablet view, and the mobile view. So you can have a different way of looking at the fundraising site depending on the device that you're using. Now, sometimes if it's not adaptable, right, there's no responsive design, it'll just take the desktop view and then shrink it in the same format and place it in the mobile, right? That's a non-responsive design. A responsive design sort of like moves the components and makes them all fit linear along your mobile device. 67% of users are more likely to purchase from mobile-friendly sites. This is pretty obvious because, if they're not able to see the fields that they are, filling in or selecting, then it's much more deterring, right? You want to have streamlined navigation. So this is something that is a clear and intuitive navigation, which ensures a seamless user experience. So just making sure that all of your navigation at the top is clear and labeled, and you have clear CTAs for your donation form and etc. Your donation form, your peer-to-peer sign up, your sharing across social media. Because on the opposite side of the spectrum of if it does not have a clear design, it does not have clear CTAs, we see that 94% of negative website feedback is design related. And I'm sure you could probably relate to that somehow, like when you go to an easy to navigate site versus a non-easy navigation site. So just be sure that, if you're accessing the site as a potential donor or potential fundraiser, that you consider how easy it is for yourself. How when you're evaluating platforms or evaluating peer-to-peer campaigns, how intuitive is it for you to find what you're looking for? faster loading times. So this is key too, because nobody wants to wait anymore. Nobody has any patience. I don't know. We get to practice our patience when the loading times increase, right? But in general, this world is one of immediacy, and we want to sort of stay in line with a fast-paced lifestyle if, people are doing things on the go. So if you optimize your loading times, you can improve your user engagement and retention, because they're able to process, their sign up faster if they're doing peer-to-peer sign up, or processing that donation faster. So they're able to do it while they're on the go, or if they have a busy schedule. We want to make sure that the loading times are, up to date, modern enough. So you want to look for a platform that has optimized loading times. 53% of mobile users abandoned sites that took longer than 3 seconds to load. Oh dear. Does this give us hope at all for our sites? Yes, the answer is yes. Actually, CauseVox, come to think of it, CauseVox has 75% faster loading speeds than the average fundraising platform. So if you can imagine, your donor is able to get in and out. Your fundraiser is able to, sign up very quickly and get to their dashboard and share across social media and et cetera. So you want to look for faster loading speeds. Number 4, clear calls to action. This is, pretty obvious, and I sort of made mention to this in the navigation section, but with a strong and visible call to action, you're able to drive users to actions and conversions. And please make sure it's specific, a specific call to action. Tell them exactly what you want them to do. If it's fundraise or sign up or join you, you want to use the, is it an imperative verb or no? It's basically, it's asking them to do something. So you want to use a verb and make it direct, and ask them to do something that you're looking for. So if it's donate now. If it's fundraise, sign up to, blah, 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 XYZ. Become an ambassador. You want to be very clear with your call to action. Effective CTAs can increase conversion rates by up to 121%. I mean, that is staggering. But it makes a lot of sense, because sometimes I can be like that too, where I can be sort of ambiguous or kind of, like unclear in my questions or in my explanations. And it leaves the user being confused as well and not knowing what to do. So in the same way that you want to be very clear in your fundraising appeal text, to tell the donor what you're looking for, or to tell the fundraiser what you're looking for, you want to make sure that all of your buttons and your calls to actions in your appeal are very specific, to help you increase conversion. Testing across devices. So this one is important because sometimes things don't work exactly as you think they might. So when you get into whatever platform you're going to use, I would highly recommend, of course, setting up the campaign, setting up the form, and then going through it yourself as a first-time user would, making sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted. So you want to test the fundraising site and the donation process. And probably, since this is peer-to-peer, you would test the peer-to-peer sign-up process across your different devices and browsers, because there will be a slight difference. There could be a slight difference in loading times or in the display of something. Sometimes, like, certain browsers speak better to certain platforms, right? I don't know what it is specifically, but they're just, the connection is better for some reason. I would have to talk to my IT people more about the actual technology of it, but Basically, there could be slight differences between devices and browsers. So you just kind of want to test everything, make sure you know what people are going to experience. We usually recommend Google Chrome, Safari. Usually Google Chrome and Safari tend to be good browsers if you need to recommend them to your users and your supporters. But in general, just do a quick test yourself, know what they're going to get into. Because on the, again, on the reverse side of things, 88% of users are less likely to return to a site with a bad user experience. So you want to make sure that you know upfront what people will experience. And then you want to simplify the donation process. I put a picture here of the CauseVox donation form. It's super easy to use, right? It's 2 pages. They just, select the donation type, select the tier, and they're able to process their transaction very quickly on the second page. And we can go through that process together on this webinar. But 51% of donors say a complicated donation process discourages them from giving. So you want to remove the friction. You want to make donating on mobile effortless and streamline donation forms for the mobile user's convenience. One way you can simplify it for mobile is to just get rid of any unnecessary questions on the form. Make it a short form, as short as possible, and give them as many mobile wallet options as possible, because it's just quicker for the user on their mobile device. 62% of donors complete their donations on mobile devices. I mean, that's over half of donors. So because most donors are completing donations on their phones, you want to make sure that the form is good for the phone. So again, obviously making sure it has that responsive design, is short enough, quick enough, doesn't require any login or anything of the donor to process a donation, and has plenty of mobile wallets. Because if you give them mobile wallet options, then they won't have to manually, if they choose to use the mobile wallet option, they don't have to manually enter in their credit card information. So that's the benefit of having mobile wallet options right on a mobile device, right? They can click a button and it produces an automatic connection or an automatic login based on their, login history, whatever the app is that they want to use. We provide connections to PayPal and Stripe. So with PayPal, the user can pay with their PayPal account, a credit or debit card, and also their Venmo account for any US Venmo users. Then Stripe, the second section here where you see the credit card, US bank account, and Google Pay. Stripe allows processing for all transactions, and the donor can, type in their credit or debit, but they can also use one of these 2 options at the bottom, the bank account and Google Pay, Apple Pay. So US bank accounts, yes, this will be for US bank account holders only, and the form is smart enough. Stripe has the technology with Stripe is that it only shows the payment options that are available to the particular donor. So if the donor is outside of the US, it won't show the US bank account option. However, all US bank account holders will be shown the bank account option. They can just click the button and then connect to their bank and provide the routing numbers pretty quickly. We are a smart save form, so the next time the donor accesses that donation form, that connection will be there for them. Makes it much more seamless, and especially for recurring donors, that recurring charge will just charge automatically every month, and then pledges every month until the gift is fulfilled. Google Pay, Apple Pay is another way for a saved payment method to be used on a donation. So if the donor has their credit card or debit card information stored in their device, in their browser, right? So whether it's a Google Chrome or Safari for Apple Pay, they will be able to just press that little Apple Pay button. It will default. If I'm using Chrome, it'll say Google Pay. If I'm using Safari, it'll say Apple Pay. They can click that and just use their saved payment methods. It's already preloaded. They don't have to enter in their credit card information. So all these little things add up to a faster transaction time, which increases conversion rate because there's less friction, there's less deterrence. Okay, so we've got our top strategies for mobile first. Again, you want a responsive design, a streamlined navigation, fast loading times, clear calls to action, and a simplified donation process. So let's look at some campaigns. I'm going to stop sharing and then find my browser. That would be great if I could do that, right? And we're going to go here. And so now I always bring these campaigns up when I'm using some of the most recent campaigns. I'm going to move this one up over here too. Now, this is granted, this is on desktop. However, I can show you in the back end how you will be able to see your campaign on different devices. And I should actually log into that soon. But for the sake of it, you can just see that we have a page here. It will transition to mobile first in the sense that it will basically stack the stat section with the appeal text and the peer-to-peer leaderboard, and your form will pop up as well. And it will just be in a linear form. So the type of donation it'll be stacked one time, then recurring under it, then pledge under it, and then your tiers respectively. So it'll go like that. But you can see if I go to, I don't know. Let's see if we have our Stripe account details here, right? So if I go to bank account, you can see you can just enter in the bank details or search for the bank, your bank of choice. So really quick and simple, or Google Pay, which just would let me, if I had my payment information saved, I would just click on it and it would go through. So this is one aspect of it. I will actually log in to my admin account so you can see how it adjusts for mobile. And while we're doing this, I just want you to let me know in the chat who has mobile first peer-to-peer campaigns, or if you're still searching for a mobile first option. So here we go. I'm just going to go into my large peer-to-peer. And so this is, this is how it works on CauseVox. We have our site here and we have our site design. Okay. And we have sort of this navigation at the top, right? So we can see what it looks like on the desktop, right? How it all formulates here. And we have our clear CTAs at the top, as we mentioned, and it's on a persistent scroll. So the user will always see where the CTAs are right at the top. And then we have the tablet view. It kind of narrows things a little bit. And then we have the mobile. Okay, so check the difference, right? Now we start stacking. So the CTAs are still right underneath your stats. And everything is linear, streamlined under one column instead of squished having multiple columns, right? So you can see the, the responsive design. It's responsive. It makes it all very clear and legible and linear for the mobile user. Any questions so far on like the design or the type of responsive design that you would be looking for your peer-to-peer campaigns? Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty simple, but there are some platforms that might not have such an intuitive or responsive design. And if it ends up being very hard to read, or, the form is not as mobile optimized, that could be a bit of a deterrent. So that's why we always want to make sure that we have all these pieces in place. Move for Freedom was an exciting campaign that recently ended. They raised about $400,000. They took off their funding goal here, but everything was right on their phone. They really pushed mobile fundraising. And so you can see it's really easy because everything has a URL, and all of your peer-to-peer pages will create a specific URL for each user, right? So they can easily log in with their phone, update and edit their appeal text, post updates, make that donation. We can see here that they had some pretty clear donation tiers, and they had that description to tie the donation to impact. You don't have to have it depends on, the type of campaign you're running. Sometimes providing the impact right on the donation tier is very helpful in incentivizing. But as you can see, it's like just a really, really fast. They decide what type of donation they want to process. They put their name in. This one is asking for postal, but you don't have to add postal on the form. And then their payment. And you can see the US bank account doesn't show up because this is for Canada. But yeah, it was an exciting campaign. You can see just one fundraiser alone raised $47,000. I don't know how they did it, but they pushed a lot of volume. They had a great appeal text. They had a great donation form, right? So it eliminated all barriers to both the fundraiser to sign up and start sending out the donation form, and also donors accessing the form themselves. So this form actually required peer-to-peer designation, which is also good if you're doing peer-to-peer. You can find a form that actually requires peer-to-peer assignment if you need to have every donation assigned to a specific fundraiser, right? So that's some of the benefits of the CauseVox donation form. In addition, you can put the CauseVox donation form that's connected to a peer-to-peer fundraising site and actually embed it right on your website. So if you want to do sort of like a microsite on your organization's website, you can always have the donation form embedded in multiple places. You can have it integrated on your fundraising campaign, and you can also have it embedded on your website, right? So we also provide a lot of tools to, talk about the actual crafting of the peer-to-peer messaging. But today I wanted to focus on the idea of making everything streamlined and easy for the phone user, both for the peer-to-peer participant and the donor. Okay. So I went kind of fast, but I hope you can sort of get a sense between the campaigns we're looking at and the example design for putting it on the mobile device, how it does switch it, transition it, but keeps all your CTAs right at the top, is equipping your user with the most modern and optimized forms, and therefore helps the donor to actually convert, the fundraiser to convert, and for you to increase donations and retention at the same time. Because if they have a great experience with your peer-to-peer event, they're likely to come back next year and want to participate and want to get their friends participating with them. So you just definitely want to look for a site or a platform that offers everything in one for your users. Yeah, I know I ended kind of fast and quickly, but does anybody have any questions for me? Any questions about getting up and running with mobile first technology or peer-to-peer campaigns in general? I'm happy to talk about, some best practices based on the clients who I've helped with previous peer-to-peer and also existing peer-to-peer campaigns before we head out. Or you can always email me email us at support@causevox.com for any additional questions. And you can also go to our schedule a demo page and book a demo with me to learn more about, how you can get up and running on CauseVox for a peer-to-peer mobile first CauseVox campaign. I will also plug our upcoming webinar. We are releasing a new design editor. So we're going to be able to start taking the design of the site and actually move around the components of the site to make it more customizable for your organization. So I'm really excited about launching our new design editor. It's going to bring a lot of versatility. It's almost like a new website builder on CauseVox. So I definitely highly recommend you stop by on I think it's going to be July 18th. We're going to have a tour of the new design editor. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for today. Again, if you had any questions that you wanted to ask, you can reach out to me at support@causevox.com. And outside of that, I will see you all next time. Thanks again.